So, oh, that was a lot of food I just ate. So now, I guess if you're watching, it's to watch me eat food. I don't understand what it is. My friend made one, Mukbang, whatever they're called. So here's to just eating food in front of people. Well, I'm gonna let actually this sit a little bit longer. So in the meantime, I'm gonna talk about the cider I made recently. So I did make a cider. It's been brewing for about 2 weeks now, and it's finally, we had our first test of it, and what that looked like is we took the pH of it and make sure none of them were kind of poisonous. They all had a pretty low pH. We smelled them all, made sure they all kind of smelled like cider or apples at least, or had an alcohol kind of scent to it. Out of the 4 gallons we made, 4 1-gallon batches, only one of them ended up being something that I wasn't willing to taste. But there's like a constant fear right now of they're gonna give us the cider's gonna give everyone botulism, which it's not true. We were pretty safe about it. I should have took some videos of it. I'll eventually probably do a tutorial on how to make it, but it's super easy. So I went ahead and tasted 3 of the 4 batches, and they were pretty great. So if you watched my last video, you kind of know the names of them, but my favorite one was one called Champagne Poppy, and all that is apple juice and wine making yeast, and we just kind of set that in a closet for 2 weeks. We're actually going to let it sit for one more, or maybe half a week. That way, it's really bubbly right now, and I just kind of want the bubbles to calm down a little bit before I put a cap on it. That way, we don't have just an exploding jar of cider everywhere. But till then, I can't really give you much more than that. I really like the Champagne Poppy one a lot too, because it was really like bubbly in it, but it looks like the ramen's a little more ready now, so I'm gonna go ahead and dig in on it. So it's actually a little bit more crunchy than I was hoping. I should have probably microwaved it a little bit longer, just because of the amount of water in it. But the noodles will probably soften up by the time I get done with it. Mix it up a little bit. Feel all those ingredients all over the place. Also, I guess break up the noodles a little bit more. I think that's something else I could have done. I could have broken up the noodles a little bit more. But I like my ramen really watery, even like the stupid instant ramen. Just because there's 2 aspects to it. You have your noodles and your soup. So that's why I add also a lot of those extra ingredients like soy sauce and sriracha in such a large amount, because the water is going to take off a lot of flavor unless you add a lot more flavor to it. Okay, yeah, the noodles are getting a little bit softer now. It's pretty spicy, and I like that. I don't know. Having spicy, like, food is just like having really cold, like, beers, I guess. Because it covers up any bad aspects of it. Because when you serve a beer really cold, you can't taste it. So that's why stuff like Bud Light, Coors Light, and PBR are served super cold, because you can't taste how bad they taste, and that's why when they finally like heat up to room temperature, they're so gross. And that's kind of like the same thing with food. If you have like gross cuts of meat or like nasty vegetables, I guess, the more spice you add to it, the more you can ignore that gross flavor that comes along with it. But then again, if you don't like spicy food, there's really, you can't really do that. It's starting to get to the point now. I'm really digging it. I kind of want to like take a big slurp from the bowl right now. This bowl wasn't actually even clean when I cooked this food, believe it or not. It had a bunch of popcorn in it that I was eating earlier this week, so not even like today. And I realized I forgot to finish off what was in there and then clean it out. So there's little notes of butter in the noodles, but it's kind of like spicy. Just only adds to it. So I was actually in the middle of working on a homework for one of my classes before I decided like I kind of want to make a video right now, and I need to remember before I go to sleep, or at least when I wake up in the morning, that I need to finish that homework, because I actually figured it out at the very end. Like, my friend kind of gave me the biggest pointer ever. Oh gosh, it's starting to make my nose water a little bit. Or is it itchy? Can't really tell. I should definitely change out the septum ring. It's been there for a couple weeks now. But, yeah, I need to finish my homework either tonight or in the morning. Even though it's now getting into the wee hours of the night. But then again, I don't really have to wake up that early, so I can probably stay up till 1 or 2. I'm gonna use that as a napkin for now. I feel like I'm making good progress on this bowl. This was a large bowl of ramen, and I'm really glad I'm digging into it. I wonder if I have some water in this. Just a little bit. What about this one? No. One thing I did forget to do is turn off my fans before this recording, so it is a little droney in the background right now. But I might be able to take those out once I edit the audio and make it a little bit louder. I think I already took out most of those big noodles. I feel like I've ate a lot of junk food today also. I should definitely went to the gym twice. Just because, like, yeah, I went to the gym once, that was pretty okay, but hitting it again would probably been a good idea. Or I'll just go really hard tomorrow. lot of food. I'll be back. I'm gonna get some water because it's kind of spicy. I think tap water's the best water out there. Got a bit, it's full of probably toxins and poisons and bacteria, but that's how they build up immunity. Also, I turned off that fan, so if you notice that kind of droning on sound's going, I turned off the big box fan in my room. Probably gonna get a little bit toastier though because of that. I'm not sure if I'm eating this fast or slow right now. Definitely a lot of food. I may be regretting it later. But, oh well. I wonder who's all gonna watch this video. If it'll be like one person just kind of skipping through it, or a lot of people. We're almost there. Well, not much of it left. But still, a decent amount. That's probably a third of it. Because the quicker you eat it, the lower you get down on it, the less and less bowl diameter you have there. So, but I don't want to think about math or science right now. Just want to sit back, talk, and eat soup. You can definitely tell I slowed down a little bit on the eating. I just saw the bottom of the bowl, so we're almost done with this. I like the little rings that leaves around here. Kind of shows where I slowed down or sped up my eating. I'm actually starting to sweat a little bit. I can't tell if it's from the ramen or the room getting a little bit hotter, but I feel like you can also see it in my lips getting a little bit more red. So the ramen I like to use is spicy ramen. That's the flavor is just spicy, so I can even taste it a little bit in my mustache. A little snack for later.
I think I'm just gonna get the rest of this with the chopsticks. And that's it.